Hello everybody, I'm Brendan Dalton, the Chief Information and Data Officer for Australia's National Research Agency, Australia's Commonwealth Industrial and Scientific Research Organisation, or CSIRO. I'm speaking to you from my home in Canberra, Australia's national capital. As with many of you, I've been working from home for the last 3 weeks. Working from home for me is just one of the changes that the novel coronavirus or COVID-19 has brought to our world. We've learnt a new term, social distancing, and we have learnt to live with new regulations that governments and health authorities worldwide have implemented to keep the most vulnerable in our communities safe. Of course, many of you listening to this may have been affected more deeply and personally by this crisis, and our thoughts and very best wishes are with you all. Many of you know Cynthia Long. Cynthia has been CSIRO's hard-working representative on the organising committee for this plenary. A few short months ago, in January this year, I remember talking to Cynthia about how things were going. Being part of a national science agency, we knew that things weren't going well in China, but we didn't fully understand what that meant at the time. And our main concern was around bushfire devastation in Australia. In spite of the fires, we were planning for the future, welcoming you and your colleagues to the Research Data Alliance plenary in Melbourne for the first time in Australia. It wasn't to be. And I thank the RDA Council for making the right decision to cancel the plenary. But that hasn't been the end, and I'm very pleased that the plenary has been able to go ahead to some extent as a series of virtual sessions, showing the way for research interactions online in the future. But to wrap up, I want to thank Cynthia Long for representing CSIRO so ably on the organising committee. I also want to thank our colleagues from the Australian Research Data Commons. And I particularly want to thank Hilary Hanaho for her generous comments towards Cynthia, me, and CSIRO in her opening remarks. The importance of data and science is being underlined to us all at this moment. Speaking for CSIRO, I'm sure for Rosie Hicks and ARDC, I look forward to one day soon welcoming you in person in Australia for another RDA plenary. All the very best and keep safe.